desk with the stadiums and stuff?
I don't know. I don't really think about stuff like that. I'll just go to practice.
I thought that might be the case.
Did you watch the Pac-12 championship game?
Yeah. It was a good game, man. I have some friends both on USC and on Utah, so it was good to watch them and see them go out there and compete. Of course, I was hoping that we can somehow find a way to get into the playoff, and that happened. So I thank God for it, and I think God is working right now and trying to make things shake for the Buckeyes, which is good. So I'm feeling blessed.
I mean, it feels like the vibe before that game was the season's kind of over. You guys are hoping some things went your way. As you're watching that, it looks like Utah is going to win. Are you kind of getting a little bit more excited that it looks like the window might be opening up for you guys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's just nature of the beast is losing games, and then the moment you're feeling so low, you can get back high and quick of a snap of a finger. So it's a cool feeling, man.
How are the days leading up to that practice reps, more importantly, leading up to the announcement that you guys were in bid for you? Personally, given the way you were answering questions, your vibe was like after the loss to Michigan. How had you kind of handled those days leading up to that announcement that you guys were in the playoff? How did your mood kind of swing when you saw you had another chance to kind of build on your legacy?
I mean, yeah, I was really just staying prayed up. Just being around family. I had some family out here for the game. They stayed like an extra week, so I was really just with them. I didn't really want to hang my head down because I mean there was so many other things to be proud of and so many great things we did this season. Of course, like you don't want to lose, and being a competitor, of course, you're not going to be happy all the time. But at the same time, it's really no point to hang your head down just because at the end of the day it's a game. It's not life or death, but we do take it serious. And I did take it serious, but even though when I was feeling low, I had hope somehow. Like, that's why I never really got too sad, or too mad, or too angry. Just because I kind of had a feeling in the back of my head that I didn't have last year after that game, that we had another chance. And that was kind of a cool feeling.
It seems like some people after the Michigan game were really quick to judge your legacy on maybe 3 or 4 big games there. Do you pay attention to legacy, and do you think it's decided by just 1 or 2, dare I say, bad contests?
It's not up to me. I mean, I can go out there every Saturday and do what I have to do, execute my job, and if somebody has something to say, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm CJ Stroud, and I hold my own opinion. I hold my own critique, and my family is really the only critique that I really care about, other than myself and my coaches and my teammates, and of course God. So yeah, that's what they think. That's on them. So I know who I am as a person. I know who I am as a player, and I think my teammates know that as well, which is even more important to me. So,
CJ, would you feel like, though, maybe you have a little bit of a different chip on your shoulder right now, given how everything ended, but you still have that opportunity in front of you?
I mean, I was born, I think, with a chip on my shoulder. Well, I wouldn't say I was born with it. It was kind of made that way. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever lose it. And it doesn't surprise me when I go through, stuff that other people may not, or I might be the first to go through things like this. It doesn't surprise me because, like I said in the interview, when you pick up the cross and you walk with God, you get ridiculed for it, and things happen to me all the time that I kind of know why it does. And I don't want to get on to that, but I think half of it has to do with some of my personal beliefs, and I'm not saying that's the issue. People are entitled to their own things, so at the end of the day, when you're on the field, though, all that stuff really doesn't matter. And you got a job to do, and people are going to judge you for it, and people are going to take out their anchor of their personal lives and be angry at you and things like that. But to me, I mean, that's a personal problem to me. I'm blessed, and I have so many good things going on in my life that I have nothing to worry about. So,
CJ, Marvin he made just about every All-American team this season. I mean, he obviously had a breakout season. What did you see in him this season as what made that possible, other than, I mean, obviously a bunch of big plays and great catches?
This is work ethic. He comes in here every day, every night. And you know, if you're in here, Marvin's probably in here. So just the work ethic speaks for itself, and it pays off when you put in that work. And it combines with our game plan and everybody. It's not. I think Marvin admits to this, dude. It's not just him. It's the lineman that block for me to get him the ball. It's the running backs training for an extra second. The tight ends coming down on the crunch block. Whatever the case may be. That's what makes other players special, is football is such a team sport, so it takes everybody. And I think Marvin is definitely somebody who will admit to that, but he's special, man. You can just tell, and he'll continue to do great things.
And with Coach Day talking about you guys playing loose, I mean, how much does that go for this passing attack? I mean, obviously the talented Georgia's secondary, but I mean, how confident are you to go down there and make big plays against a very talented Georgia team?
I mean, if you want to win, that's what you got to do. You can't go in there timid or second-guessing yourself, and you got to really just let it loose, let it hang, and go all out. So, I mean, that's kind of how we've been practicing lately. These last couple days been really competitive and a lot more good on good. So it's kind of just getting us ready for that moment and those plays to be made.
So do you turn on the tape and see Malachi and Chris Smith and Keely? What are your first impressions of those guys? What did you guys
Yeah, they're all really good players. I know Keely from recruiting, and know him. He's a good dude and hell of a football player. Malik and those guys do a great job of they're really good at man, press man, off man, zone coverage. They really can do it all. So it'll be a test for us, and it'll be fun. So I know they're looking forward to it, and we are as well. And it'll be a good matchup. I know everybody in whoever's the college football fans have wanted for this matchup since last year. So I know it'll be a lot of emotions, a lot of fun, really. So I mean, I tip my hat off to those guys watching on film. They do a lot of good things, good communicators and things like that. So we got to be on our game.
You see the LSU game and see the success that they had going downfield, saying, "Look, there is a path. There is a way that we can play downfield." Do you get some good feelings out of that?
I mean, that's LSU. We got to play Buckeye football, and if that means we have to run the ball, then that is what it is. If that means we got to throw it, then it is what it is. In these type of games, you got to just find ways to do what works for you. In my opinion. So what LSU did is what they did, and I'm pretty sure they're fixing those problems right now, just like we're fixing our problems that we've had. Problems have always been there, and this is a good time because you have about a month away from playing in that game, or how many days, and you want to fix those things and problems. So I'm pretty sure they're not just going to let us do what LSU did, and they'll have some wrinkles and some things new that we haven't seen on film. So and that's my guess on that. And I mean, LSU did a decent job, but I mean, Georgia's a hell of a football team, so they're good, and they're not just going to let us go out there and run the same coverages and do the same plays as LSU. You got to be original and be creative. So,
for what your responsibilities are as a quarterback, are there much differences in preparing for a team who's a 4-down front versus 3-4?
I mean, we've been kind of facing similar fronts every other week, to where they do go 4 down, they do go 3 down, they do go bear, which is 5 down, and mix it up and things like that. So. I mean, the preparation for me when it comes to protections definitely plays a part into that, just to know what I'm looking at, know who I got to slide to, who my matchups are and things like that, and knowing numbers and game and players and stuff like that, who's down, who's up. So, yeah, it plays a part, but I think it more so plays a part into the run game. So, yeah.
You know the pressure is coming from what is expected is to come from the interior versus maybe an edge rusher. Yeah, how does that impact the way you go about things? How does that impact you as a quarterback?
I mean, honestly, it depends on what type of game it is. I know that if it's coming from the outside, then I probably got to step up. If it's coming from the inside, then I probably got to push back or step to the side or something. So really just it has to do with my drops more than my mental. I try not to look at it and look down the field and really just figure out my problems before they play snaps and do it that way, just so that I'm not worried about a rush. And I know my lineman got me, and I don't really be back there worrying if they're going to pick him up or not, as long as I give them the right ID and make the protection call right. So, and I think I do a decent job of that and fix some issues that we have. So,
CJ, what do you remember about 2020 in the playoff and kind of watching Justin prepare for these games, and what could you take from that to use for this one?
I think the thing that Justin is so special is that he's a competitor. He's going to put it all on the line, and I definitely think that that's something that I watched as a freshman and seen him do. So I'm really appreciative of having that time to see kind of how those games are played. And honestly, like, the thing that Justin was really good at, he was very confident in himself, confident in the team, and went out there and just let it all go. So it's something that I want to do, and just be confident and not go in there and just realize this is just another football game that God wouldn't put me in this game if he knew I wasn't ready. So I definitely think that I'll have some fun and just be competitive like he was in 2020. And really soak in the moment, soak in the crowd, and just have some fun.
How much motivation is there for you to finish off a season where Jaxon couldn't do it and Travion couldn't do it? They couldn't make it to the end because of injuries, and you had this opportunity in front of you to finish the goal that they wanted to accomplish with you.
Yeah, man, I thank God for it. Of course, I want Trey and Jaxon, other players that are out to play, and honestly, like, it sucks. I feel so bad for them, and they work so hard, and honestly, the stuff that people are saying to them is crazy, man, like, especially Jaxon. I don't go into back and forth with people and try to prove them wrong or right. I really don't get into it. It really doesn't matter, but it's sad that we really put our lives on the line and our bodies on the line and our mentals. And I'm not saying other people in other careers don't, but people judge us so much because we have a scoreboard and we have a result that people can go look up online. And that makes it kind of tough, man, just because look at Jax. Like, his last game he really played was a Rose Bowl where he had 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns. And people look at that as a standard, and that's the expectation for every game. How do you live up to something like that every day? You know what I'm saying? And he has, like, the work he puts in. So it's kind of it's bittersweet. So I know that people were talking about how he should play, and y'all have no idea the stuff that he's been through this year. Like, no clue. So who are people to talk about my brother like that? You know what I mean? So it kind of gets me a little angry that people try to make it seem like he's not a team player and he doesn't care about his teammates. That's the total opposite wrong. I'm on the phone with him every day. House practice, bro. I'm watching film. I'm doing this, helping out the young receivers. He helped out Marv so much this year. He helped out Mac, those dudes who had to step up. Same with Trey. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's unfair for people to kind of try to ridicule Jaxon or Trey or anybody who's out with injury, because that's the worst part of this game. And something I've been doing lately is just, of course, I was a little upset about the game and losing and things like that. But Bab questioned me. He was like, bro, do you know how many things you have to be thankful for? Like, I mean, he told me to go home and just pray and think about all the things I have in my life. Like, I'm able to wake up every morning with a sound mind. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to walk. There's kids in the hospital right now that can't run, but they can't get up. So, like, there's so many things to be thankful for. And just because you didn't win a football game, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I take it very serious. I mean, I live it. A lot of people just watch the game and be on the couch. I live it every single day. I'm the one who getting laughed at on TV and things like that. And yeah, it's somewhat unfair that people have that type of opinion. And I don't know. I'm sorry if I got away from your question. That was on my heart. And yeah, bro, I just want to go out there and do it for them. Really, do it for those guys who didn't, like Marcus Crowley, who maybe never play again in his life, or old running back, and another brother of mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's people like that I want to do it for, that I care so much about. So yeah.
That's really, I mean, you just got pretty emotional talking about protecting Jaxon and protecting Trey, talking about Marcus Crowley. Behind the scenes, how have you guys kind of dealt with some of the backlash sometimes you guys can receive as athletes, especially coming off a game that you're not supposed to use this a rivalry game? How have you guys dealt with that behind the scenes?
I know as a team we stay tight. That's something that Coach Dave was really preaching, is that we can't splinter, we can't point fingers, but we do have to solve the issues, because the issues are always there. It's just they highlight when you lose. And for me, it's just been a lot of prayer, man, a lot of thought, a lot of fellowship with my teammates. Like, we have a Bible study with Coach Walden every week. Those have helped tremendously. My Bible studies back home with on a Zoom with some of my uncle back home, Art Hall, that I've told y'all about before, with the Ball by Faith Foundation, and things like that, man. It just kind of kept me cool, and I think that helps me to help everybody else.
Do you ever get used to this?
Yeah, honestly, it's sad that I am used to it. Like, I'm used to getting things on my phone that honestly aren't. People wouldn't be proud if they were everybody in the world would able to see it. But it's fine. Like, it comes with the territory. You have to accept the good with the bad. I don't feel bad for myself. I never will. I don't want other people to feel bad for me. My mom, like, she gets a little upset and stuff. And, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to accept the good with the bad. Like, I'm so blessed in my life to have so many people I've inspired. Like, that's the thing that keeps me going, is the kids that I see, man. I think that's why I'm really on this earth, and like, that's why I have a God-given talent, is to inspire kids. Inspire not only kids but adults as well who want to do great things in their lives, and I feel like that's my job and that's what I need to do. So, and I honestly think, like, they hated Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hated the Messiah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So, if I get a little bit of it, so be it, and if it's for His glory. To those people who are doing those things, man, God bless you, because I don't know what's wrong with you, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? And so I don't, I'm actually kind of thankful for it, because this is what I asked for. So like I said before, you can't look at the bad and like, dang, like this just sucks, but I think there's so many good things as well. So.